Sometimes I think about like young people who grew up in a deprived environment and they find somebody that they feel they can relate to, and a lot of times they trauma bond and they think that just because they can relate to each other that that's going to help them maintain their relationship, which the sad part about it is I guess trauma has a way of clouding the way a person thinks or their ability to think at all, to where if they're dealing with another person that seems to be moving on that same wavelength, it kind of makes them feel justified in what they're doing, to where if another person can see their reality, then that must mean whatever they think is real. So, and I'm kind of thinking about this outside of the box from like circumstances that I've learned of before, right? So, when you take like a guy who's never been treated well, and you take a girl that's, never really had a connection with anybody, put those two together, kaboom, you have a kid. And what odds, like what kind of future is that for the kid? And then oftentimes situations like that ends up with the mom having to be a mom regardless and having to do what she has to do for the kid because the dad is not prepared. And I don't think that people, like, we see it happen all the time. It's very easy to make it like, oh, you was out here partying, you got caught up, you bust some chick down or whatever. It's easy to say it like that. But there's like something much bigger going on here, and it snowballs into other things. So the next thing you know, that kid is growing up leaning on their mom. Dad, he hasn't figured it out. He's still trying to figure it out. But see, mom doesn't have time to sit around and wait for dad to figure it out, right? And sadly enough, a lot of times women, they think that if a man is going to get into this situation, he should be responsible enough to do something, right? But that's not how it works. And I think if we look at single parenthood from that perspective, we'll be way more resourceful with how we respond to it.